Hello everybody, welcome to Vajiram and Ravi. This is Pooja Singh. Today we are here to discuss that what should be your strategy for mains examination, keeping in mind that sociology is your optional subject. And for that, we have our esteemed faculty member Subash Mohapatra sir with us. He holds 37 years of teaching experience and given hundreds of results. Sir, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you so much.
Sir, the first question would be, like, the mains is around the corner, right? Only few months are left. So what should be the advice to the students, like especially for those who are having sociology as their optional subject?
The very reason for which I am here is to guide the students to write their main examination with sociology with confidence. You know, most of the time, students are in a state of haste when 90 days time is there in hand and a huge syllabus is on their head. My first advice to the students would be, never ever feel tensed. Sociology syllabus is actually doable. And how are you going to manage this syllabus in this 90 days time? So I'll be explaining that step by step.
Okay, sir.
In the first stage, students should go for organizing their content. Whether one is a student of university, done a course in sociology, or one has done coaching in any of the institute, or one has read only the notes available in the market, or one is just following the so-called topper's note. Whatever is the source material that you carry, use that as your foundation.
Okay.
So first thing, your foundation material should be ready in hand and you should be clear about what you are studying. And always remember, whatever may be your source of information, it is not adequate to write quality answer in UPSC examination. So whether it is my institute or any institute, any university, whatever you study, that everyone studies. And content is almost same for everybody. If same is the content, language is same, explanation is same, it is very difficult for the examiner to distinguish your answer from the answer of others. Therefore, the major requirement at this point of time is content enrichment.
Okay.
So how to enrich your content, that is important. And you spend 10 to 15 days time on this content enrichment program. How to enrich your content? You know, if you look into the syllabus, you'll be finding out there are many areas in the syllabus on which short notes regularly come. Sociology students must be knowing about values and facts, problem of objectivity, or qualitative quantitative method. So there are certain questions in sociology which are regularly repeated. And what students do, they prepare a ready-made notes for that and always write answer from that particular note. Don't do that.
Okay.
I'll be advising you to go through some internet sources. Encyclopedia Britannica is one of the wonderful source material. Dictionary of Sociology of Duncan Mitchell is extremely good. In this Encyclopedia and Dictionary of Sociology, in one paragraph, the entire substance of the topic is being given.
Okay.
Within one paragraph, for example, on the question on value and fact, you know, I'll be discussing that at length in some other time.
Sure, sir.
You know, when positivism as a methodology, as a theory developed in sociology, this overemphasized on facts. They said values have no space in sociology. But subsequently, Weber came and reflected on this positivistic inquiry. He found out that cultural values, political ideology, personal preferences may be influencing to one's research. Therefore, a researcher must have to candidly admit the influence of value on sociological inquiry. So therefore, instead of dropping sentences, ideas, one must be understanding the root of the debate. and that root of the debate you get in some standard books.
True.
If you read any key books, you will be getting only the sentences. Positivists talk about this, Weber talks about this, then Goldner talks about this. That is not enough. Therefore, content enrichment is very, very important to give you a score beyond 280 marks.
Okay.
And for that, paper 1, you use Encyclopedia of Social Sciences and go through the specific topics like civil society, you can get content on that. Theories, you can get content on that. Stratification, you get content on that. Add on this content to the base material you have prepared. 1. Second most important thing is 10 to 15 days time you use for content enrichment. Second advice I'll be giving you, to go through some standard text.
Okay.
You are going for, suppose, theory, you are reading Reader. Most of the students read Reader. Or they read Anthony Giddens' Capitalism and Modern Social Theory. Or they read Huxley. Any standard text you read, therefrom you pick up the quotations.
Okay.
Like Marxson talking on class conflict. He's talking on, Durkheim is talking on suicide. People are talking about globalization. So you take some primarily, quotations from their work. Quotations on gender studies, quotations on globalization, quotations on environment, quotations on capitalism, quotations on suicide, division of labor. And the beauty of these quotations would be, as and when there is a requirement, you can start your answer with these quotations.
True.
Or you can conclude your answer giving these quotations. Quotations can be the statements of hope. Quotations can be substantiating your argument. And these quotations you are collecting for sociology, you can be using that in essay.
Yes.
You can
truly.
be using that in ethics chapter. So
Yes.
they will never be primarily stay unutilized. So therefore, go for content enrichment. For paper 2, I'll be suggesting you to refer to some, articles of the newspaper. Like Abhijit Pathak is writing good articles on education. He's a sociologist. So many sociologists are writing on agrarian distress, writing on education, writing on religion, writing on development. So you try to make a summary of it. And writing summary of it, if you're adding to your content in paper 2, that will be a kind of enrichment.
True.
So therefore, contemporary topics which are in the air, on which sociological reflections have gone, that may be COVID-19, that may be globalization, that may be gender issues, that may be, environmental question. So on this, if you are getting some good quality materials, don't go through the details of the article. Some key points you pick up. Because you have to write your answer in 250 words. So preparation should always be purposive. Preparation should not be a quest for knowledge. Preparation should be for understanding so that you can add content to your answer.
Okay.
So past 15-20 days, go for content enrichment. And for that, internet is primarily the most valuable treasure.
Indeed it is.
And internet is a double-edged weapon. I'll be giving a list of links. Some best of the best universities have their links, where in brief they have discussed about different issues, problems, thinkers. You can display it for the benefit of the students. They can be using this website, and in 10-15 days time, they'll be getting a rich body of informations which they can use to improve their score in sociology.
Okay.
So that is how they are going to primarily use this 10 to 15 days time. Thereafter, my second suggestion would be structure your informations
Okay.
and write as many answers as possible. Always remember, you are not evaluated on the basis of knowledge you carry. You are always evaluated on the basis of content you write. So therefore, what you are writing, that is more important. How much of knowledge you carry, so that is secondary. And remember, here you are not competing with your fellow classmates. Students across the disciplines with varieties of exposure to different domains of knowledge are writing for same exam, competing with each other. Therefore, your answer should be singled out in comparison to the answers of others.
True.
Nobody is looking into the fact whether you are writing the exam for the first time or you are writing the exam for fifth, sixth time. So be careful about that.
Okay, sir. Sir, for example, the 3 points you have given, right? If your preparation is such organized, definitely it will be going to highlight it in your answers. When you write your answers,
Yes.
it will be organized and it will look good.
Right.
Sir, what is the advice for the students who are writing the mains for the first time? Let's say.
See, I'll be talking about, how to write a quality answer. Then we'll be talking about the students writing for the first time
Okay, sir.
and writing for primary, repeatedly writing second attempt, third attempt.
Okay, sir.
What is a good answer? A good answer should create an impression in the mind of the examiner that the answer carries content. Answer is logical and comprehensive. Answer is not just information one is throwing on the face of the examiner.
Okay.
When you are offering food, presentation is more important than the quality of food you are delivering.
True.
So a good answer should be having two basic fundamental characteristics. Quality of presentation should be good and also quality of content should be superb. Content you are writing good because you have enriched your source materials. Now how to present it? To present a good answer, one has to understand the demand of the question. See, examiners are very clever. And they twist questions in such a way that many times students fail to understand it. Therefore, students write the answers and they feel that they have done well, but when the result comes, marks are not so great.
Yes.
Why it happens? I'm giving you one example. There was a question in paper 1 that came last year. Which aspect of enlightenment contributed for the development of sociology?
Okay.
It's a 20-marker question that came last year. Few years before, another question came. How enlightenment contributed for the origin of sociology?
Kind of similar.
The students will be reading that questions are repeated.
Yes.
And there is a saying in the market, previous year question papers are repeated.
Yes, sir.
But see, there is a basic difference. Enlightenment is a historical phenomenon. So, enlightenment gave rise to political revolution, rise of capitalism, growth of individualism, rationality, secularism, new philosophy, scientific research, and the list is long. Now, the question comes, which aspect of enlightenment contributed for the origin of sociology? So, when somebody is writing answer to this question, he should be understanding which aspect. Aspect is you look into sociological philosophy, sociological theories. How rational theory is developed in sociology. Then you relate. Using that rational logic, Durkheim is using Rousseau's theory of general will when he's talking about conscience collective.
Okay.
Using that theory of rationality, Weber is writing a thesis on rationality, Protestant ethics and spirit of capitalism. And Karl Marx interestingly tells capitalism is not a gift of God to mankind. Capitalism comes out of the individualistic interest of the bourgeois who want to exploit labor and to control over the factors of production corresponding to that state power. Therefore, without enlightenment, sociological imagination would not have been possible.
True.
And through that imagination, one looks into the nature of modern society. So if a student is understanding the demand of the question, which aspect, he will first write. Enlightenment has philosophical aspect. Enlightenment gave rise to political revolution. Enlightenment gave rise to the growth of capitalism, scientific temper. Enlightenment gave rise to scientific research. However, from these different aspects of enlightenment, some factors attributed for social change, other factors attributed for social philosophy. So therefore, using these philosophies, sociologists addressed to social transformation in 19th century Europe.
Okay.
So this is one way of writing answer. But one will be writing entire history about Rousseau, then John Locke has come, Voltaire has come, Adam Smith has come. So they gave primarily different kinds of theories. This is not what examiner is searching for.
Yes.
So therefore, one should read the question carefully. Understand every word given in the question. Because hidden within this question, there is present a spirit. Examiner wants to know something from you. So therefore, don't read the question in a superficial way. Dissect the question. Divide that into different parts. In the introductory part of your answer, you write what you are going to discuss in detail. If examiner is not getting time to read your answer, at least he can see the face of your answer.
Yes, exactly.
And that will be creating an impression in his mind. Student knows everything, he is going to discuss all these things in detail. Then you follow it. And at the end of it, you give a justification to what you have written.
Okay.
So this, that is how you can impress upon the examiner. The answer is logical, answer is comprehensive, answer is containing facts. You are not writing nonsense, you are not dropping names, you are just writing as much it is required in a very matured way. So saying so, I'll be answering to your question.
Yes, sir.
The people, those who are writing first attempt,
Yes, sir.
they listen so many things. Oh, there are so many books, so many materials, stoppers, note this, that. They stay in a state of confusion.
True.
Don't ever do that. The way I told you, whatever materials you have carried, use that as your base information. Supplement to that notes from the different sources I told you. And write answers. Every day you make it a point. You are writing at least 3 to 4 answers. You read these answers yourself. When you are reading your answer for the second time, you'll be finding out what kind of mistakes you are committing. The major problems that the students do when they are writing an answer is that they copy it from different sources and primarily put it. To make a good answer, number one is handwriting should be good, readable.
Definitely.
Because unless you write in a good hand, nobody will be taking effort to read your answer and going into details of it.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, I'm not saying that best of best handwriting, at least readable handwriting, which will not be a torture for the examiner.
Exactly.
And there should be a sequence in your answer. Let me warn all the students. I have seen many scripts. I don't know where from they get this idea. They write in points. And sociology is no mathematics. When you are writing answer, you have to develop an argument. These are these factors or contributing for origin of sociology. These are the factors of capitalist mode of production. So you write that in small paragraph. Highlight the important points. Make headings. Done writing primarily answers in numbers. Point number 1, point number 2, that is applicable to GS. So don't write primarily answers. Putting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 point-wise answer, don't write. Develop an argument and then write. So my advice to the first attempt students would be, write 2-3 answers every day. Read your answers yourself. Show your answers to the friends. When you do that for the 3rd or 4th time, loads of revision will be done. Thereafter, you take test series. Test series, be careful when you are joining a test series. When you are writing a test series, you have to make it sure that most of the questions you are writing are not the repetition of the questions that came previous year. Now, previous year question papers you can write, correct it yourself, but test series when you are writing, you must be primarily getting new kind of questions with new dimension, new approach, and make it a point, the observations that is given by your evaluators, you add on to your content. And third and most important thing is when you are doing a test series, make it sure that questions that is given in the test series are understood by you properly. Don't mechanically get into the questions. Like the example I gave you, values and facts in sociological research is a question. So people will be going mechanically. This person said this person said this person said this. Instead of writing such kind of answer, if one starts with a statement, sociology is a discipline that deals with the study of human behavior which cannot be measured in terms of quantity. But number of individuals and their relationship with each other can always be primarily explained on the basis of observation. We can observe human behavior, but we cannot quantify the relationship between brother and sister.
True.
So therefore, we can use values. Suppose a person coming with a broken family will be having a value about family system different from a person who is living as a part of an integrated family. So therefore, values will be influencing to research, your explanation, and facts will also be primarily giving us some kind of insight about social reality. So if you first explain why is value important, why is fact important, what are different sources of values, what are the problems in collecting the facts, then you give the names. Examiner will get a feel. You know what you are saying. You are not speaking through the mouth of others.
True.
So therefore, to write a quality answer, you should be sensible enough to understand what is being demanded from you. You speak for yourself than speaking through the mouth of others. And that answer will be distinguished from a stereotypical answer. So first attempt students should understand the question, put themselves in the center of the question. They should be giving some contemporary examples and interface practical explanations. Then you give the names of the scholars, those who are talking about the themes. So they'll be getting good marks.
Indeed. So basically the primary concern should be don't write what you know, write what is being asked.
Right. The most important thing is the materials that you prepare, in that materials teacher is going to tell. So fact and value debate or positivism debate. This is how positivistic inquiry started. These are the people August Comte talks about positivism in this way. Durkheim talks about this way. Because you are new to sociology and a teacher is going to give you input about who has said this, how this entire argument developed and everything. Now you have read it. Examiner wants to know how much of sociology you have understood, felt, experienced, internalized. He is not interested in just content.
Exactly.
He is interested in understanding your understanding of the content. How you are able to present that content. So therefore, don't write mechanical answers.
True.
First part of your answer is the face of the answer. In face of the answer, you primarily comprehend the entire debate. And that you can never do when you write in points.
Definitely, definitely. So, following up in the same series, I would like to ask that what should be the study material that students should refer to for this sociology optional paper?
Study material, students, whatever study materials they're using, they should use it. Like most of the people read Rieger, they read, Horolombos, they read, Anthony Giddens, they read. So then for Indian society, they read articles of Ghure, Andre Bete, articles of M.N. Srinivas. They're good enough. These articles they should read. But since time is short and syllabus you have to complete in detail, I would be advising you to go for e-Pathshala materials for paper 2. And when you are reading e-Pathshala materials, just keep a copy of syllabus in hand and the topics mentioned in your syllabus, you should be identifying them in e-Pathshala material. And these materials are very comprehensive. IGNO materials are also comprehensive. Either you use ePathshala or you use IGNO. This will be giving you a simplistic understanding about the content of your syllabus. But mind you, this content are not sufficient. Examiner is very smart. Like last year, one question came. Andre Bete considers that village study is a reflection of the civilizational character of India. People know Andre Bete has conducted a study in Sripuram village.
Okay.
So use your reflexivity. What Bete intends to tell? In one sentence I am telling you. Bete tells village is not just a geographical space. If you look at village, you find out people are identifying themselves with different caste. Their occupations are divided on the basis of caste line. Cultural festivals are following the tradition and norms of Hindu society and culture. Family system is also following certain values in South India. Cross-cousin marriage, parallel cousin marriage is a reflection of their civilization. So open up your third eye. A village study gives importance on family study, conflict study, politics study, stratification study, caste study. So Andre Bete tells that what is happening in one village is not restricted to one village. So that is a reflection of the entire civilization. So therefore many times when you are writing answers, you may be reading something, question is coming in another direction. There you just imagine. So what kind of content that you will be using to answer address to the demand of that question. So therefore study materials, I'll be saying, these study materials when you are using, the materials I told you, plus their coaching materials and internet materials, and most importantly, students should use ChatGPT.
Okay.
And remember, why is ChatGPT? ChatGPT, you use it not in a mechanical way. Replicating all informations that there you are producing that in your answer. Examiner will come to know about it.
True.
So you see how in ChatGPT a question is being organized. In a systematic way, in point form is being organized. So you have so much of information. But how that information can be condensed in 250 words, 300 words. What are the main points that can be highlighted? So you can be using ChatGPT to know about it. To understand structure, use ChatGPT. To add content, you go for Encyclopedia Britannica, or you go for primarily social science, Dictionary of Social Science. You go to University of Yale is having a good website. I'll be giving you the links. So you gather good content, present it properly, use smart method to write good answer, then your answer can be distinguished from the answer of others.
Sir, my next question would be, how can we enhance our overall marks using sociology optional? When we have sociology as an optional, how can we enhance our overall marks in the mains examination?
See, the people writing third attempt, fourth attempt or fifth attempt, they have some advantage in comparison to the students writing their first attempt.
True.
Let us admit it. Because the students writing first attempt, they will not be getting sufficient time to enrich their materials, write many answers, revise their answers, go for peer group review, take test series. They don't have that much of, liberty or comfort. What the students writing third or fourth attempt, they do have. And always remember, those who are regularly getting a score around 250, they should have to go for self-introspection.
Okay.
They have problems on two fronts. One is they are not using proper source materials.
Okay.
Proper source materials means whatever they have prepared, they are not adding quality content to it. Some materials they have used, and everybody told that these materials are very good. They are replicating the same thing. An examiner will come to know about this source material. From this source, student is trying to write the exam. And every examiner wants students to read originals, read quality books, develop one kind of understanding about the subject and write quality answer. You cannot befool the examiners.
Definitely.
So therefore, what you have to do is you go for standard materials. As I told you, so many universities are giving primarily capsulated informations. Small primarily bites they're writing, they're giving on different themes. Refer to those materials. And as I told you, start with a quotation or end up with a quotation. And most importantly, they should remember, dropping names put you nowhere. Dropping case studies, this person said this person said this, these are the critics to it. This is not going to put you anywhere. So what you are going to primarily do to get a good score is develop an argument, follow this argument by different kinds of views. First you explain a particular position, then substantiate that position through the viewpoint of a scholar.
Okay.
Suppose when you are writing on modernity, modernity is bringing crisis. Postmodern theory will talk about it. Don't write according to postmodern theory. So instead of writing according to postmodern theory, you'll be saying modernity is bringing environmental degradation. Modernity is giving rise to cultural disintegration. Modernity is giving rise to restlessness, growth of individualism. First you explain. Then you talk about madness and civilization, Foucault.
Tell that what you have understood.
Right. Then you say Foucault calls this as madness and civilization. This is the beauty of it.
True.
Instead of writing according to this, so this is a school type of answer you are writing. So you are supposed to write a very matured answer, and for that, develop an argument, tell the examiner what you are going to speak, substantiate your argument by the viewpoint of a scholar. So then examiner will come, know that you have understood the theme, you know how to apply it, and your argument is supported by a sociological wisdom. So that will be enhancing your score. So therefore, those who are not getting primarily good score or improving their score, one student told me yesterday, sir, I'm struck up with 250. So you should be going for first content enrichment. Change the basic nature of the content. And remember, no standard book can give you 310 marks. No standard book or no standard primarily material can give you 270 marks. You have to give value addition, you have to feel the content that you are reading, you have to present it in a meticulous way. Only then you will be getting primarily more than 290, 300 marks. So therefore content enrichment is important. Feel for the question is important. Comprehensive understanding of the topic is important. Interrelationship is important. So keep on doing it. And as much as you can primarily connect with current affairs, whatever happening around you, if you connect more, your answer will be singled out from the answer of others. Then you get a good score.
Definitely, sir. Like one has done the content enrichment part.
Yes.
One knows how to organize the answers now.
Yes.
One knows that how can we relate with the current affairs now.
Right.
So now one needs to know that how should they practice. And
Right.
we at Vajiram and Ravi are coming up with our Sociology Optional Test Series.
Right.
Sir, what is the structure of our test series and how is that going to help the students?
See, let me tell you, this time I have primarily made an attempt to give best facilities to the student possible in terms of primarily content, in terms of counseling, in terms of person to person, connectivity with the student to identify their problems and to find out solution to the problems. A team of university professors are tied up. Questions will be prepared by them.
Okay.
We'll be conducting 6 tests.
Okay.
Out of that, 4 will be sectional test, paper 1 and paper 2, and 2 will be full test series.
Okay.
And this test series will only be open for the students writing their main exam.
Okay.
Others will not be, entertained to do it. And we will be primarily making it sure 80% of the questions that is given in the test series are contemporary.
Okay.
So that, what UPSC does, UPSC keeps changing its primarily patterns.
That is true.
Last year pattern of questions were altogether different than few previous year question papers. There are a lot of repetition from previous year question papers in last 3 years. Last year was a different trend. So since professors and professionals are primarily used in putting their mind together to write questions, they will be preparing a pool of questions. And I will be picking up questions from out of this pool of questions and add some new questions to them and prepare the question paper.
Okay.
The questions will be of quality. Students will be finding it difficult to answer. Let me put it in straight. So if they are in a position to write these difficult questions, UPSC questions will be easier than the questions they do here. So therefore UPSC papers will never be difficult for them.
True.
And these questions will be multidimensional questions. And we'll be giving 10 days time for the students to write the test.
Okay.
I will be advising the students to write the test using their source materials.
Okay.
Don't just come and write the exam thinking that you are sitting in the examination hall. You refer to your study materials, refer to books, refer to articles and write your answers. Because if you are referring to materials, these materials you are supposed to primarily study and write your final exam. So then I can understand where you are going wrong. What is your best of the best answer? We'll be finding out problems in that answer. And meticulous evaluation will be done by the professionals. So once these answers are corrected, we'll be supplying to the students, answers to these questions we asked in the test series. So quality questions you get.
Okay.
You get 10 days time to write. And once you write these answers, to the best of your ability using all materials and everything, first 4 tests you can use any materials, not last 2 tests.
Okay.
That will be writing in exam condition. So this first 4 is practice test, you write it using your best of informations available. Then we can find out where you have gone wrong. And as much content you have written, every sentence will be read. Every, wherever there is a problem, it will be indicated. And the students will be given an opportunity to meet his examiner or her examiner. Examiner will be giving inputs.
Definitely.
And they will be carrying these papers evaluated after discussing with the examiner to me.
Okay.
So I'll be reviewing this paper and give my comments on where they can improve. Then model answers will be given. I'll not say that model answer. Answer to these questions will be given to them. And once the exam is over, whatever marks a student gets in average, more or less, plus minus 5%, you'll be getting the same mark in the exam.
Okay.
And value addition will also be done in terms of evaluation. And every test will be followed by a discussion class. I will be taking the discussion classes. And discussion classes will be continuing for 2 to 3 hours. So this is our plan.
Okay.
So first is preparation of the questions by getting questions from the experts, pulling these questions together, giving value addition to it, making a final question, giving it to the students. They will be writing the answer. We will be giving them primarily answer to these questions. Evaluation will be done. Students can meet the teachers, evaluators. Evaluators can give their feedback. Then can come for the review to me. I'll be giving my feedback. And 6 questions, the 6 test papers will be carrying more than 120 questions. And out of these 120 questions, many questions they'll be getting in the exam directly or indirectly. Therefore, they should do their primary practice very thoroughly. And if they want to join Vajiram, they can do it. If one is not joining Vajiram also, I am available here. You can come here and meet me at 1 to 1:30. And you can put my email address in primarily in the website so they can contact me.
Sure.
So therefore, those who are joining here, so they will be taken care of. Those who are not joining, I will be primarily reaching out to them to help them out.
Sure, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir. So definitely there's a hand holding throughout this whole process. While you are practicing, we are there for you, right? We'll be reviewing it You
that will be
yourself
done.
will be involved in this.
Yes, yes.
Discussions will be there, right?
Right.
So you don't have to worry. While you practice, you know how you should put your knowledge into application. We will be there, right?
You know, there'll be one-to-one meeting will be there. We will be meeting the students, look into where they're going wrong. Many students have the problem of English.
True.
Many students have the problem of comprehension. Many students don't understand the questions. So every student is unique, and his problems are unique. So that will be addressing, talking to that person separately. So, give best of the best primarily, treatment to him, whatever he deserves.
Definitely, sir. So thank you so much. You took out time for students, and we have such insightful answers. Students actually will not be confused anymore that they should not waste their time.
No. There's nothing to worry. These 90 days are sufficient enough.
Exactly.
And you can reach out to me, whether you are with Vajiram or you are outside, you can reach out to me. You can discuss any of your problems, whether content you have problems, writing you have problems, or you do not know which source materials you have to use. You can contact me. I'll be, if I'm of any help to you, I'll be very much thankful to you.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
definitely the time is very crucial, and you don't have to worry. What
Relax.
you have, yes.
One thing is relax, have confidence in yourself,
Yes, sir.
and everything will be taken care of.
Yes. So you just have to practice what you have read till now. So don't worry, and we will be back with such amazing sessions again and again. Till then, keep studying. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you all.